Hello, Andy Graham of hobotraveler.com. I'm in Montellano, Dominican Republic. I was in a town called Ciruelos the other day, which is just on the way towards Puerto Plata from here. It's a little small village, and I was pointing at this packet. You know, they had a big row of these hanging. You know, they hang them on the wall and they go down and down. And I was pointing at this, and I was trying to buy them, and it was kind of weird because I kept saying croquettes, which the S they don't pronounce on the end of these things, so croquette. But my friend over here says croquette is more closer, croquette. But the bottom line is I was pointing right at them, and I said roja package. And finally I said galletas, which I'm not sure galletas, the difference between a galleta and a cracker. I'm not, a cookie and a cracker, I'm not sure. I said biscuit, which is kind of French, or is biscuit. But the bottom line is I kept saying croquettes. And I started spelling it, C-R-A-C-K-E-T-S. And there's about 6 people around, and the young boy that was running the store was, of course, I thought he would understand what the thing is. And finally a little kid accidentally got his hand on the right package, and I finally got to buy them. They cost 10 pesos, which is, I don't know, maybe 35 cents, 40 cents US. And I held them up to the group and I said, ¿Cómo se llama este? And they said, galletas. And I said, ¿Qué deletrea? Deletrea este. Or not deletrea. Deletrea means to spell. I said, ¿Qué esta palabra acá? What is this word on this package? And they said, galletas. So we had about 6 people, mostly between the ages of, say, 15 and 22. There was a couple of 22-year-olds. They were all sitting around this little counter. And they were calling these galletas, which means that they had no ability whatsoever to spell out this word. Extremely rare. Sociology-wise, I was talking with my friend, my worker, Andrew, in India, and if you took 10 people from the most resort place, I've been to all over the planet. I've been to 90 countries. And if you take 5 or 6 kids and point at something, if nothing else, they're going to sort of mispronounce the word or something, right? To call it by a totally different name is the most abnormal thing I've seen. Like the lowest education I've seen on the planet. The spelling here is scary. It's scary. That level of the inability to read and write at that level in a country with this much schooling, because they got schools everywhere and they got uniforms, and they're not really they're not at the bottom rungs of the thing. But to think that you could, if you take 5 people and put them in a room, one person's going to quickly read off what it is. Another one's going to sort of try to spell it. But to have 5 of them in one spot that just could not read at that age was almost a phenomenon in my travel trips. It's really concerned to me. I don't know what it's quite obvious that here on the coast, it could be that, this was slave colonies out on the coast. What they had is slave colonies on the coast, and then they had the inner part was run by the Spanish. So a lot of times they dumbed down the coast. All around South America, Central America, you basically have the blacks on the coast, and then inland you have the Spanish blood. And sometimes they dumbed it down, but this is really a strict mulatto, half white, half black thing. And the people that I were talking to are pretty white. So I have no answer to this thing. Sociology-wise, this has been the first time I've ever seen that low of education anywhere on the planet. I just wanted to point it out because it's just abnormal. Dominican Republic, I was in Ciruelos. which is not far enough off the map to be called even remote.